What's up guys, today is day 252 on our journey to 2000, and in today's video we're going to review some games I played, again on my bed, on my phone, on the web browser. I'm more comfortable, I play better than recording like this, and I'm going to show you guys some other cool stuff. So let's get started. First cool thing is this. Every week we kind of reevaluate where we are in chess. My goal is to reach a 2000 rating by the end of the year. You can see here this is that last day of the year. You could see here, this is today's date. Maybe you can't see it that well. These are how many days are left for the year. This is our current ELO. Yes, I won a lot of games. And this is our goal. And then the last number is how much ELO per day is needed to reach our goal. So if this number is less than 2, that's good. That means we need 2 wins per week to reach 2000. So right now it's less than 2, which means we're doing really good. And we might even reach 8000 rating today. Another thing I wanted to tell you guys is the other day I beat a 2000 in an unrated game, but apparently it was a fake account, so that was kind of funny. Anyway, let's get started. Let me show you guys the games I played. So the first game here against Muscular Daddy, we go into the Albin counter gambit, and here I'm supposed to take, but I didn't. The reason I didn't take is because when the knight comes here, I don't know what to do. Usually I like to go into this position as white, because there's some tricks you could do. I think something like this. And when people don't pay attention, I don't know, then it could be a checkmate. There's some sort of trick there, so that's why I played the way I did here, which is a little weird. But I should probably study it again and see what's going on. So here, I was forced to play kind of passively, but then he kind of fixed stuff for me. And here computer likes a5, which is kind of weird to me, because what do you do after this? This. Let's say he goes back here, or I guess he can't. Let's say he goes back here. We could take this, 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 and I guess the idea is we could come here with the check, but I mean, he could just take this. Oh, he can't. So it's kind of a bait in a way, but okay, that's kind of interesting. It allows our rook to come out too faster. But instead, this was how the game was played. My opponent just completely blundered, which was nice. But here, I should have kept the bishop alive. I should have gone rook e8, apparently, and put my target, set my sight on this. For example, if you were to do something like this, then we have bishop f5, because if he takes, we get this with the check. So that's a very nice move. Now, if he comes here, then I just could probably take this or even do this. And if he does something like this, then now we can take this, because after this, and this, and this, and this, we actually have 2 targets here. So I completely missed that. Instead, I brought the knight back, took the piece that attacked me, and it turns into an even game with some scary pawns here. Now, I came in with this check, and I missed something really vital. This check. Oh, you might think, what's the big deal with that check? Well, if the king goes back like this, the idea here is that we could even go bishop c2, and we have this beautiful fork. After takes, we can take this pawn here, and now we're just up material. Well, yeah, we're just up material. So I don't know how I counted, but apparently that's just how that works. We were already up material. Oh yeah, because he gave up the rook earlier. That's why. So that was the idea there. Then I kind of blundered a bit, and things were looking scary. Came in with this check, traded everything away. We're both very low on time, as you guys can tell right here. So we were very low on time, and then we just do all this stuff. I make sure not to get forked, and our opponent resigns here, which is nice. You know, he still had some time to maybe play around, but he resigned. The next game here, I accidentally do d6 instead of d5. I never do d6. I would always do d5 to welcome the Albin counter gambit, but I did d6 by accident, and the game turned into this. I tried to, you know, I pushed these pawns forward. I tried to fix my problems. My opponent was playing pretty fast, and I thought I was doing pretty well. Now, the game kind of goes back and forth, but for the most part, it was pretty even. After trading a bunch of stuff, this becomes weak. I've been moving my knights very weirdly here. This was the move, so I could maybe do this. Actually, I don't so I can just take here. I guess that makes sense. I don't know what I was thinking there. Instead, we trade like this. My king protects like this. We trade a bunch of stuff, and this game is pretty even. This is an even game. But I'm 2 minutes below the clock, and that gets in people's head a lot. Now, everything here was fine, and I felt pretty good about this, but the key moment here was to push this pawn. I think it's so that my king isn't forced to defend one of them. So something like this, 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 this. I can even take here, and there's no way for him to stop both pawns because I'm just protecting both of them, right? If I do something like this, I don't even know. Computer likes b1. If this, then I guess what? I have king c1. If check, I have... What if I come here? It's not very clear. It's not like, how do I protect both of them if he keeps targeting one? Computer says c3 is fine too. C1, C2. But it looks like a repetition. I don't really understand. So I don't really get it. I don't get it. Something like this, and that doesn't make sense. So this looks like a drawn game to me. Someone explained this to me. I don't understand. But anyway, that's not what happened in the game. Instead, this is what happened. And I kind of messed up by not pushing this. So this is a very good endgame lesson. My problem was trying very hard to promote this pawn. And the problem here was that my other pawn was just not close enough. And I was playing fast because I was triggered because he was 3 minutes faster than me. And you could see here there was nothing I could do. And this is a very common kind of endgame thing. Move the king closer while checking repeatedly. And I lost the game. So that's, you know, I didn't review it. It was good to look at now. But the next game, I came back. I played into the French defense. I always play the Tarrasch variation because it's the only one I find some success with. We go into this. This gets weakened. I was considering queen e2, which was the best move, but instead I kind of go for this. Because for some reason I see my opponent, it feels like he's playing fast also. And I see a perfect point to get the queen, which I do. And then our opponent resigns. Now the next game, we bring in the copycat variation, which starts like this. It's a very weird variation of the Vienna, but it's just a very weird opening, right? For those that don't know, it looks crazy, right? Like, aren't you losing here? Look at your king. But the idea here is that you have a lot of threats going on here. So black has to be very careful. And here I go for this trade, stupidly not realizing that I could pin the bishop to the king and win both pieces and win the game. Instead, I give the check first, and by bringing the knight here, he's able to protect this pawn. I like forget my own ideas of the copycat because I'm too excited to play it. I'm not that good at it. I still need to practice and learn it better. And he starts getting into the position, and I'm playing too fast, or I don't know what's going on. I'm just making a lot of mistakes. And he just breaks through. He just outplays me. And now this guy's a 1797 rated player after that game. So maybe that's going to be us today also. Which is our highest rating, by the way. Anyway, this game we kind of developed normally. He allows me to take the bishop, which was very surprising to me. Your computer likes en passant. I didn't like how there's so much pressure here. But I guess the idea is that we queenside castle, and this is very weak. So I didn't really see that. Anyway, I play on this side of the board instead, and I thought I was playing pretty cool, trying to trade everything. I moved the bishop back because I don't want the queen coming in. I don't want the rook causing problems. And I kind of feel like I can move the knight instead. So a lot of my knight moves today have been bad. But I moved the knight closer to go for this check. And here, actually, computer liked me taking this, which I was actually considering from time to time. I just did not see how it would work. But it works because after this and this, I guess the idea is we have a lot of pressure here. And yeah, this is a crazy type of position, I think, to be in. For example, let's just put some random move, take. If he takes like this is probably a checkmate somewhere. Computer says it is after g3, coming here. Probably this is already good enough anyway. But whatever, there's a checkmate there. If he takes like this, we have this, and we could probably take this anyway, but there is a checkmate here like this because the knight is pinned. So a lot of cool ideas I didn't see. Instead, I played it like this, which I thought was pretty cool. I saw this move, which I thought was pretty awesome, and this is actually a mate after getting rid of the knight. I might have played... Wow. If he did something like this, I might have played this without thinking. Computer still thinks this is insane, so I guess this is fine anyway. Probably because of something like this, which I probably would have seen. Anyway, so the game goes like this, and he keeps playing, my guy. And I was surprised, you know, he's down to whole queen. I mean, we're equal in material, but this rook's not doing anything. He probably needs to bring it back or something. And here he resigns because he's gonna lose the knight from this fork. Okay. Next game, we're almost done, I think. Here we'll go into the Albin counter gambit, and the trick comes in handy. For those that don't know, it's a beautiful trick. And I guess this is what shows the difference between 1680s and 1780s. But this trick is beautiful. The idea here, it's a brilliant move. You're gonna sack your bishop to check and win the queen. And that's what I do. Now, this guy keeps playing on, and we'll see the game. But the best move here is taking. The thing is, people could also do this. The cool thing about this is you make a knight to deflect the king again. If the king comes back there, if he just keeps coming back, you could come with this check. If he pushes the pawn forward, you have this check, and you're winning the rook. But if you don't win the rook, well, yeah, you're just winning the rook. So this is a very interesting thing. You're going to pick up a knight. You're literally going to gain a knight for a rook and a knight, which is what? You get +3, and he gets -8, so it's even worse than losing the queen. So a lot of cool stuff. Anyway, he takes, I take, he brings the bishop, and I check. And I'm just doing stuff that makes sense. I'm not overthinking a position with a up 8 points of material, you know? I castle even though it looks really weird just to get my rook into place. And even the computer says it's the best move, which just goes to show you that you have to really pay attention to the context of the position when deciding which side to castle on. But anyway, we have all of this going on. I just try to trade pieces to simplify the game. And in these types of scenarios, what I like to do is try to pin the rook to the king. And that's what I do, forcing him to trade. And now it's pretty much over. And here he resigns probably due to this fact, this fork, and he has no more play, really. Earlier on, I could have made some sort of mistake here. For example, I don't know, if I come here or something like this, right? Which I saw the rook and bishop combo coming here, or some sort of checkmate on the back rank. So I made sure my rooks were in place and everything was watched carefully. So anyway, let's see. All of this happens and he resigns. Yeah. This is the second to last game, I think. We've versed an 1821 rated player. Of course, I'm a little intimidated. Even though we're close to 1800, I should be thinking that I'm like an 1800. But I don't. The game results like this instead. Things are getting pretty crazy. And here I actually blunder. I saw the... Oh, I didn't see that. I saw this. I didn't see the bishop move. So my opponent had a big miss, actually. I saw a way to deflect the rook away from the protection of the bishop, but only with the pawn. I thought I was still safe, and this move did feel a little weird, but computer likes c4. I don't think this is a completely lost game, by the way. But anyway, he decides to trade, and I bring my bishop here. Now, computer likes rook h2, which is fine, I guess. Oh, to protect the back row. But these two pawns are split. It's not looking too great. Anyway, I feel like I'm forced to trade. I protect everything, start pushing forward, and I'm going to lose this pawn. But for some reason, I feel like it's okay. A few moves later, he gets a nice kind of way to trap my rook, which he does, making it feel like I'm forced to trade. And then here, I just completely mess up, but it was a losing game anyway. Now, the next game. Now, I didn't take one lesson from each of these games like we do in these videos. And the purpose is just... I'm playing. I'm just kind of enjoying playing, right? I'm not overthinking. When I play in front of you guys, I overthink because I want to justify every move, and I run low on time, I think, because of that. But anyway, he takes back with the pawn, and I think this is what shows higher-rated players versus lower-rated players. I think this is what shows the difference. Something like this. Probably something better than what I did here, because I'm not a great player. But wait, did I zoom in? Boom, we're zoomed in. Anyway. I'm not a great player, but I think something like what you're going to see here is kind of the idea. You want to put immediate pressure because you have the pieces to do so, right? And here I start moving all these pieces, and the knight comes in. I take the bishop, I bring it back, I protect stuff. And here this is a really cool move. The idea is to bait this because this comes with a discovered check and a fork, and this is just game, right? This is going to be game. Something like this is game over. Something like this is also game over. The only thing saving him here after this check is probably this, right? And here I could take with check, but probably better is to take this first because this is still going to be pinned. And then after he takes this or whatever, I have this, and I could just bring the queen back probably. I don't even know. What's the best move here? Computer likes queen e7. Maybe not bringing the queen back because this rook would be stuck. After moving this rook away, something like that. But anyway, that's not what happened. Instead, he takes my pawn, By the way, that it's funny. That was an inaccurate move. Computer preferred, but the computer says it's the second best move now. Computer preferred this, but then I would be losing this pawn, which I didn't understand. But I guess I don't have to deal with that stuff on the right side of the board. Anyway, this is what happens, and I have this brilliant move because, oh, I didn't realize it was a brilliant move because of what I mentioned earlier. My opponent sees it. I bring the rook back. I considered doing this move, but I didn't want his pieces to get into the position. This looked scary. Something like this. Like, what if he has some sort of discovered attack? But there's nothing here. He can't do anything here. There's no way to progress in this position. So I didn't need to be scared there. But anyway, I bring the rook. I bring the knight back. I attack the bishop. And I come with this check. I bring the knight back. He sacrifices a rook. And now I pin the tail on the donkey. Maybe actually here my best move probably was rook a1. I just didn't see it. So I finally come in with rook a1. He's forced to give up the queen, and he resigns. Now, this is the last game. This is the highest rated player I've ever beaten. Rated, right? Not unrated games. I've beaten a 2000 rated player before unrated, like one of you guys, surprisingly. But unrated feels different, right? Rated, I think, is a whole, you know, people don't want to lose. So anyway, we go into this game. Everything looks pretty even, pretty normal. Nothing crazy going on. Here I spent some time, like almost a minute thinking, because I don't know if I want to double the pawns. I don't know if I want to allow this to allow my rook to come out. And I even considered this weird move pushing the pawn forward. Now, apparently they're all pretty okay. Pushing the pawn forward I thought was okay, but the problem is that I didn't like this pawn being like that. Looking back, I actually like this position a lot because I have c4 and it's very open. I like open positions, but whatever, I didn't do that. Instead, I played it like this. I traded. I let him have the open file. I come in with the knight, and guys, it's just crazy. First of all, this undoubling his stuff is the best move because then I have this fork. Very cool stuff, right? This could come with a check. He could move the king to the side. I take the center pawn. It just feels really nice. And the bishop, of course, is defending my knight. But I don't do that. I come here threatening checkmate because sometimes I see this is the move I miss in my games. Okay, what does he do? Man attacks my knight. Only move you can do, pretty much, that doesn't lose on the spot from my weak understanding of chess. But now that I look at the position, actually, this also doesn't lose right away because of this. But computer says this wouldn't be good, maybe because you retarget this pawn and the king is very weak. So, you know, stuff that makes sense here. Anyway, what does he do? He attacks my knight. What do I do? I don't care about my knight. I completely forget he could take it. By the way, if he takes it, I do develop my bishop. It doesn't feel like this is the end, but he could kind of force a trade here. And yeah, now I'm just down a piece in a middle to end game. So, but he doesn't do that. He moves his rook to attack my queen. And that's when I realized, oh my god, he could have taken my knight. But I played this move so fast. Bro, speed is so much on online chess. I played it so fast with such confidence in 2 seconds that maybe he just, you know, now that I think of it, maybe he just pre-moved and he thought I was, no, I don't understand. Anyway, he moved the rook here and I just beat him. By the way, guys, I was considering over here, I was considering giving a check before checking like this. But then I was like, no, the queen could defend. But I was considering, oh, this works because then I'm still winning. I almost missed a goddamn checkmate. So this is what shows you, like, if I was recording that, I don't know if it would be the same. But anyway, we're now 1791 rated players. That game did give us 100 elo. And yeah, we're going to play a game now and see how it goes. Okay, and this is against the 1748. If we win, we'll become 1798 rated players. Computer never wants us. Chess.com never wants us to reach 1800. But, I mean, that's still pretty cool. 1798. Our peak was 1797, so we're going into the pier. It's nothing unusual. He could go for the Austrian or develop the knight. Let's see what he does. Okay, so he develops the bishop. You know, a lot of times this bishop is annoying. I am considering attacking it right away or bringing my knight in and coming like this. But I typically just continue what I do and castle, and things are actually pretty okay here. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so he develops his knight here. Very passive, very weird. Maybe trying to go to g3 or f4, but not really what you do in this opening, from my understanding. So I think we could castle. Maybe, yeah, I honestly don't know what that move does. So maybe we can attack this right away. Of course, he is kingside castling, so queenside attacking doesn't necessarily do too much. But we could develop the bishop here, and if he kingside castles, I don't think he'll go f3. So we can try that. But normal me would just castle without thinking. If I was playing on my phone on my bed, so I'm gonna try to think more like that. And now we can maybe attack this. But I think attacking this like this first is nice. Also, bishop g4 would be nice. I guess that's the difference. Bishop g4 can be met with f3 now. So we can come knight here, attacking this bishop. I think that's what we're going to do. If he pushes, we could probably push here, attacking it. But then he goes back anyway. And now he has this safety score. So bringing the knight here could be useful, but it doesn't look that great. Maybe coming here and here would have been better if he went all the way back. Just to... I'm not sure. This does protect this square. Okay, so this allows us to go bishop g4 and just take the knight. So I think that's just a smart move to do. Now if he pushes center, we take, he takes, knight h5 probably. So I'm gonna just go here, see what he does. We could also go here now. Takes. No, but then he takes. Okay, so he does push. We can take, and then bring the knight back, but there is a lot of pressure here. We have to be a little careful. Another move is here, takes, but then we're losing. I think we might be forced to take this and then go h5, but let's think. Take, h5. No, he doesn't have an immediate attack, so we have time to deal with the threats. Also, the bishop will open up, which I tend to forget in positions like this. So d5 is something to watch out for, which I didn't consider. He could go d5 now even. Okay, he doesn't go d5. So let's go to h5. I could go e6, but then probably takes. And I think our king's safety is actually okay because his light squared bishop is gone, but I'm not sure. Now, a nice move we have here, depending on our opponent, is just taking the knight. If he takes, well, actually, he could take back with this knight protecting the center pawn. So these two pawns are slightly annoying. But we can come here, there's some calculating needed here. Okay, so he forces the trade. Yeah, let's go here. If he takes with the queen, we do have this fork, though. That would be nice. Probably best to take with the knight, yeah. So watch this. Now, we could push this pawn. If he comes forward, we can take. He can take that. Well, we could take this. We could push this pawn. I actually don't think that's terrible. We could also bring the knight here. He'll go backwards. Then we could take, and that doesn't look too bad either. We could attack right now. Take. We could even come here, which looks funny. Yeah, I don't think that's great. So those are the moves I'm considering now. I think I like pawn e6. There's the dark squared bishop could potentially attack this later, but it does stop the pawn's advancements, and it does give our queen some open lines to come out in the future. Also, it allows our knight to come here. If bishop comes here, we come here. If he comes back, we come here. But then we weaken the knight also. He could have some discovered attack. I don't know. It's a little tricky. Wow, he trapped my knight. I just completely missed that. But it's not the end of the game. At least let's not think like that. I think queen here takes could be okay. Maybe there's some sort of perpetual. Let's see. If this takes. No, we can't even give the check here. So that's not great. Maybe we could allow the knight to die a certain way. This could be okay. Bringing it here. Something like this, knight takes, bishop here, pins, but that doesn't matter. This is tricky. I mean, queen here would be nice to pin the pawn to the king, but the bishop watches. What if we do something somewhere else? For example, takes. Then our knight can come in, attacking the rook. Unless he takes with the queen. Then we take with check, he takes. It's similar, but we don't have queens on the board. This is tricky. This is very tricky. I'm curious to see what the computer thinks, but I think letting it die like this might be good. Now, if we come here, he might have bishop g5, then we go h6, then he takes. So actually, I don't know about that anymore. Let's go with this idea, I guess. Or we could also just take here. Takes, take. No. Take with the queen, take with our queen. He takes, our knight gets to g3. Let's do it. I don't see anything else. Spent 2 minutes on that move. We might lose the game because of that. But, you know, I still think I played it okay, so it's okay. Now, if he takes the knight instead, we could take the pawn here. that we're protecting the knight. And maybe bring the bishop here. And we're getting close to some sort of checkmate threat. I don't even know if this knight can escape by sacrificing this one, so that might have been dumb. Like, what if we come here and the queen just attacks it? Well, I guess... No, I was saying. Then we have queen h4. Never mind. But then he just puts PP on the PP, right? Put pressure on the pinned piece. But then we could defend it for an extra turn. But then maybe he comes here. Oh, it gets very messy. Our opponent is spending time thinking. That's good for us, I guess. I don't think our move was that good. If it was a blitz game, though, we would have more time. Like, from our opponent spending time, I don't know. That was the move we were kind of looking at. Here we take with a check. And then he takes back. And then we have this. Not the best thing, but he does have some hanging stuff. I mean, the rook can just come here defending the pawn, I guess. I didn't think it through enough. But then maybe we have h5. Yeah, maybe we have h5 now. So he can't take the knight. Maybe we'll go h4. If he takes, we just take with the knight. Our knight is safe. Okay, now we have what we mentioned. I guess he really wants to protect that pawn in the center of the board. Let's protect our knight. Okay, and he takes. Makes sense. This is an easy target. Now we could push here. He could... No, he'll run away while protecting. This becomes tricky, but I think we can attack it with a rook. Which rook, though? Let's attack with this rook. Something like this. Takes, doesn't work. Okay, this makes sense. But now we have this move. Moving the knight away. But the knight can protect here. Yeah. He got us. I don't want to trade, but I don't see what else we could do. Something like this. Takes. Here, maybe. Could be something. But I don't know. I don't know what to do here. We don't even have the open file, so that was kind of dumb trading, but let's do this. Not playing well at all. He could check. We have h7. He could check. We come here. He could check. Really, we might get checkmated. I think bishop back is better. Okay, so he defends. We could come here. He's gonna come here. I think we have to activate our king. Not looking so hot. Surprised he didn't take this yet. But maybe he felt like he hasn't had the chance to yet. We could go here. Takes with the eyes here. But we're trading away a lot of stuff that we need. Okay, this is a clever move. It stops us from moving this pawn. I want to move this somewhere. But I want our bishop to be alive. It's tricky. Let's just move our king for now. Okay. Alright, that move makes a lot of sense. Here. That move also makes a lot of sense. Maybe we're forced to trade here, yeah? And this comes with a fork. Okay, but we have this check at least, and now we could push this, and the fork isn't as scary. We could maybe... Can we do anything else? We could push this forward too. Takes. Yeah, this could be something. Right. Come here. Go back to your... Oh, right. You could do that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is a completely lost position. Now let's go here. Wow, this is just completely lost. I mean, you could fork. Okay, or not, I guess. I need to get this rook rolling. So let's do it that. Right. Okay. Could have actually checked me and then... Actually, no, it wouldn't have made a difference. Ooh, almost blundered. Let's go here. He's gonna come in with a check, maybe. Doesn't even. Okay, let's go here. Gonna bring this back. Oh, we can actually attack the pawn now. Or maybe not. Okay. Yeah, this is completely lost. Oh, bishop. Should we resign out of good faith? No, because you can always stalemate, okay? These people are not gods. He could have checkmated me there. Bro, why is he playing with me, man? See, that's messed up. When people play with you like that, that's some another level stuff. It's just mean, you know? Okay, queen h8. Good game. Okay. Oh, Queen H2. More special. Anyway, of course, we don't reach 1800. We lost so many points. We're 1782. Well, I guess it wasn't that many. Our opponent played with 92.3% accuracy. He's a freaking god at chess, apparently. We played with 85.4% accuracy. He played like a 2350. We played like a 2050. So there's bad luck. There's bad luck playing in front of you guys the past few days. Anyway, let's go look into the Pierts here. Of course. What do I always miss, guys? Those who watch know I always miss this. I always miss it. It's a great move. It's a great set of things to kind of clear the air. And it's a move that I always miss. Now here, I needed to get my knight to safety. And my mistake was not getting my knight to safety. I shouldn't have taken here. Computer likes knight e8. Yeah, I didn't play that, obviously. I thought knight h5 was strong. Apparently it's not. And here he just completely got me. Computer liked queen h4, which was my instinctual move that I would have played. But, you know, I didn't. And at any moment, I would have had some cool trick like this to get into the position. But it's not like, how does this win the game? This is not like game-changing, is it? I don't really see it being game-changing. Computer says, oh, I see. Let's say the bishop comes all the way back. Then we have h3. Let's say he brings the queen to the side. Then we have knight g4. And this is threatening a mate. Now, if he comes... Well, how can you avoid this? Probably like this. But then you have g5. And then computer says c3. But then I just take here. Okay, and we're back in the game and we're winning somehow. So there are still tricks. There's always tricks to be had. I think that's clear. And I did not see the tricks at all. I think I made a good try towards the end here, but I just want to go back for a second and see something. So over here, the critical moment in this game was right here. Critical moment for me. And my instincts were to go queen h4. But I thought after takes, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't do much. I should have not ignored the rest of the board, and I should have looked for something else. In this case, knight e5 was the move. So, you know, you live, you learn type stuff. You know, it's not like you're winning the game here as black, but there are tricks that are alive. You know, there's tricks that are alive. If you go somewhere like there, you just lose the bishop. Or better yet, you lose the game. I don't see it. I don't see the queen. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's actually pretty tricky. That's a tricky set of moves. So he would have to move the queen somewhere else, and this also falls for something, maybe. Knight c4. Okay, so this is where you take the bishop. So taking here, the bishop most likely goes all the way back. I feel like that's what people would do. And then you put pressure. You activate pieces and put pressure. And here you can't take because you lose the queen. And if the queen tries to get out of the way, you have this trick. So there's, wow, just fascinating stuff. Anyway, if you guys watched this far, say run. R-U-N. We said that one before. Have a good day, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.